you probably will not feel completely ready for the salary you're trying to make before you actually make it. And I think this is where a lot of really talented people often get stuck. You'll look at a job paying 150K or 180K and immediately start looking for all the reasons why you're not qualified yet. Why are we doing that? We're so conditioned and prone to self-doubt, we count ourselves out before we even get started. And my thing is, listen, maybe you haven't managed a team that large. Maybe you've never had that exact title. By the way, that does not matter. Maybe you don't have experience with every single system they've listed on the job description. Or maybe you've just never made anywhere close to that amount of money before. So subconsciously, the salary itself makes the role feel like it's above you, when actually your skills, especially your transferable ones that you haven't necessarily found yet, actually align with the role to begin with. Meanwhile, somebody else is looking at the same job description, meeting about 60 to 70% of the qualifications, and they go ahead and apply. And a lot of times they end up landing the role because they were confident enough to try. At some point, if you want to scale your income, you have to stop using your current salary as evidence of what you're worth in the market, because your current salary tells me what one company has agreed to pay you for the role you're doing right now. That's it. What it doesn't tell me is what another company will pay for your experience, especially if you're moving into a more profitable industry, taking on a greater scope, taking a more senior role, or positioning your experience differently. Now, let's be real. I'm not saying apply to be a VP when you've been working for 6 months in whatever industry that is. There still has to be alignment. But there is a difference between being unqualified and being uncomfortable. And I think sometimes we confuse the two. This is my advice. If you've done the work, you're building the skills, you can demonstrate the results in your impact, you can speak to your impact, and there's reasonable alignment between your experience and that role that you desire, then apply. Let the company decide whether you're qualified. Don't pigeonhole yourself from a 150K opportunity because you've only ever made 80K. At some point, somebody has to give you your first 100K job or your first 150K job. Your first director role has to come from somewhere. By the way, all directors don't have to manage people. Some just manage strategies and deliverables for my people who don't want to manage other people. Somebody has to give you your first opportunity to lead something at a bigger scale, or you have to create that opportunity for yourself. And before you get that so-called opportunity, by definition, you've more than likely never done it before. Sometimes the next level of your career starts with being willing to enter rooms that your current resume, current salary, or current confidence level has convinced you don't belong in yet. Let's fix that. Okay, talk to you soon.